Hey guys, it is me. I know I've been gone for a while. Please ignore the mess back here. I'm recording in our spare room right now because we're in a kind of transition because we're gonna be moving soon. But yeah, I'm sorry I have not recorded in holy crap 2 years. When I look back at my account and realize it's been 2 years, I would felt so bad because but in 2 years this account could have grown so much if I had been if so many things hadn't have been happening around me. I just had my second child, my husband had been going on deployments, I was dealing with some serious mental health issues, but now things have calmed down. Clearly I am able to put in a bit more effort into my videos than I was before. Plus my ring light broke. Someone broke my ring light. So I had to get a whole new stand, which thankfully this one can actually stand on a desk, which is what that shake was. So if my camera shakes, that means I hit the desk. I'm sorry. But basically, I managed to get everything situated enough that I can start hopefully recording and putting in more effort so I can try to do maybe weekly, if not bi-weekly uploads. Just gotta attend. Oh, plus got a new chair. And it's pink. No one sees me as a girly girl, but I can be when I want to be. But like I said, just ignore this background. I may have it blurred out in post, but we will see. But anyway, today I am going to be doing a new type of video that I have not done on this channel. And I might turn this into a series depending on how much people like it. If people do like it, then I'll definitely make more like this. And it's going to be called Let's Talk About That, where basically I sit here and talk about things that I am kind of excited about, whether it's a new anime, TV show, like a new game that's out that I've been playing, because anyone who knew me way back when knows that I do like playing video games. And yeah, decided to wear a hat today because my hair does not want to behave. But I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. But yeah, so basically that's kind of what this series is going to be about, depending on if I decide to do more of them. And so just let me know in the comments, hey, I really like this, can you make more like this, and I will do what I can. So without any further ado, since I have been talking for a good minute now about nothing, let's start talking about something, which today we'll be talking about solo leveling. Okay, first we are going to talk about what is solo leveling. And if you haven't seen the anime, pause this video, go watch at least a few episodes of season 1 so you can understand the concept behind it. I would go at least 6 episodes in to understand what exactly is going on. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this in post, but I'm sorry, my daughter is having a blast with watching her videos and is refusing to sleep. It is almost 9 o'clock at night right now. And so if you hear that, I apologize. But anyway, first we need to talk about what is solo leveling. And like I said, go at least watch up to episode 6 and then come back and watch this video. Otherwise, you're going to get some serious spoilers about the concept and what happens in the anime. So first off, basically, the name itself kind of tells you a bit of what's going on. But basically, they're living in a world where there's these things called gates. And they kind of pop up all over Japan, or, well, all over the world, really. And along with the gates came these new beings, well, not beings, they're more like powered up humans called hunters. And if you watch My Hero Academia, I know this sounds like a similar concept. It's not even close to being the same thing. They don't have superpowers like in My Hero, but they do have these real ridiculous abilities that makes it so that they can fight the monsters that are in these gates, which are basically dungeons. And in order to fight them and understand how hunters work, they have ranks. It goes, the highest rank is S, or I think there is something called double S. I don't know, I don't remember if that's actually a thing, but S is the highest. And then it goes from S to A, B, C, D, and then the lowest is E. And that is where our protagonist Genu lands. Basically, he is known as the world's weakest hunter.
I'm weak, so no one believes in me! I want strength!
And that's because even though he is ranked and qualified to be a hunter, he is laughably weak. And he gets hurt fighting even the weakest monster in the easiest of dungeons. So it caught on, and now that's just what he's known as. And he tries to laugh it off. And he's still a really nice guy. He's doing this to help his mom, who is in a magically induced coma, basically, which also appeared along with these gates. And then he's also trying to pay his sister's tuition, and she's kind of your generic schoolgirl, honestly, if we're being honest about her. But in order to take care of these things, he was working, and then he awakened as a hunter, but he was ranked E, which for him, he doesn't think it's that bad until he's constantly in the hospital. He's constantly getting hurt. Like a B rank healer that he became friends with because of how much he got hurt is constantly questioning why is he doing this. But I guess he never told her about everything going on in his personal life, so that could be the reasoning. Anyway, one day he goes into I think it's a D rank dungeon. Yeah, it was a D rank dungeon. And like everyone's like, oh, the weakest hunter signed up for this, so it can't be that bad. So they go in, he obviously gets hurt again, and they finish out the dungeon, but then they realize that there's a cave. And they're like, oh, it's a double dungeon, which apparently is rare, but it does happen where the association in charge of ranking the gates, they make a mistake and they don't realize, oh, there's another dungeon inside of this one that's higher rank. So they all vote, and it comes down to Genu, and he votes yes to going in because he needs the money for his family. And they go in, but basically, this is where it gets interesting. This whole thing, it ends up so bad that only out of 13 hunters who go into this dungeon, only 6 came out because the rest of them died. Basically, if you have a weak stomach or you do not like gore, this is not the anime for you. It is very graphic. Which I used to not be able to watch graphic animes, but I don't know, something just changed in my brain, and I'm like, it's not that bad anymore. So basically, and they all survive thanks to Genu, who ends up being the last one there. Everyone else, all the other survivors left him, except for 2 who didn't want to, but he made them go because he wanted those 2 to survive. And he starts going through this whole internal struggle of, I'm glad that they're alive, but I don't want to die. And just when he is 0.02 seconds away from his heart stopping, a screen pops up and it gives him the option yes or no, telling him that his heart's gonna stop. And subconsciously, knowing that he doesn't want to die, he picks yes. And then he wakes up in the hospital, and in this dungeon, he lost his arm and his leg, and they were both back. And then he started seeing the screen where basically they give him daily quests. It's basically like he's now living in a video game. And they give him these daily workout quests. He can divvy up any points he earns from these quests into different aspects, like you can in like a RPG game, which I don't know if they have yet, but they really should make this into an RPG game because it would be awesome and I would definitely play it. But basically, and no one else can see these screens but him. So to everyone else, it's like, okay, this guy's being a little weird. Why is he talking to himself about things? But us watching the anime, we know what's going on. So he is just growing fast. Like somehow he goes from looking like this, which I am going to put a picture here of what he used to look like, to a stone cold fox over here. How did that happen? I don't know. But like they don't show action, like the kind of progress. All they show is the end result. And he's so hot to the point where a nurse literally asks him for his number, but he is so oblivious that he became so hot that he's like, oh, she needs to send me some papers from the hospital or something. No, dude, she's trying to hit on you. I'm like, he is so oblivious. It is language. It is freaking hilarious. And from there on, he has and then all of a sudden the system starts giving him these keys, which so far I've only seen him get 2. The first one was for him to do a solo dungeon that no one, in a different dimension that no one else can access but him. And that one, he was terrified and he thought that it was going to be like a normal dungeon, but he started realizing for him, the monsters are ranked. But they're ranked by color. Red means that they are ridiculously strong, like definitely stronger than him. Like he usually is able to take those down, but it's never gonna be an easy fight. And then there's orange, which he can beat because they're kind of like equal to him, but again, not gonna be easy. And then there's white, which is basically no problem, easy monster to defeat. And he's noticing that these monsters' ranks change as he levels up, hence the name solo leveling. Which, until you get to about episode 4, they don't even say it yet. They say it once the whole entire show. Kind of annoyed me, but I'm like, gotta take what you can. And basically, he managed to get through that dungeon and he levels up to level 18, which this happened before his little glow up. And then he stayed in the hospital and then the glow up happened. And then the second key he got was a red key that led to this kind of hellish dungeon where he has the possibility of getting this thing called the elixir of life, which can potentially save his mother's life. Which he's not 100% sure if it's going to work because that sounds a little too good to be true. I mean, even if someone came across that in real life, now, then we found this thing that can cure cancer, that can cure blood disease, that can cure pretty much anything you can think of by just drinking it. Even the smartest doctor would be a little hesitant to use it, which you can't really blame them because that's crazy. But he decides that it is worth the risk. So he goes in and fights this red marked monster, Cerberus, which if you know your Greek mythology, you know who Cerberus is. I think it's Greek. Yeah, it's Greek. Greek mythology, you know Cerberus. He's basically the guard dog of hell. And he nearly died twice in this fight. And then I realized if he had continued on, he was going to die. So he left that one alone for now. And then he continues to go and fight and get stronger. He eventually goes into a dungeon where he's a quota, I guess, hunter, that's what they call them. Because for anything C ranked or higher, you need to have at least 8 people. And there was this one group that only had 7. So they hired Jinu and another guy whose name was Jin Woo. Very close name, so listen carefully to what I'm saying here because you're going to get confused otherwise. And Jin Woo is basically a trust fund baby who shows up with this ridiculously expensive armor. They said it's worth 1 million yen or something like that. And I'm like, okay, this is I can sense that it wasn't going to end well when I was watching this. And I was right. So basically, the reason why this group had 7 members, but they had clearly done multiple dungeons together because they were so in sync, Genu caught on that, okay, there's something seriously wrong here. And then when they get to the boss dungeon, they find all these crystals that they can mine that are worth like a lot of money. And Jin Woo points out, hey, like Genu should be getting a cut of this, even though, because since he's ranked E, they weren't counting him for any of the essence stones because he wasn't going to be fighting. And the guy was like acting all nice. It's like, okay, yeah, oh, we got to go get our mining equipment, and then boom, cave in. They lock them in with this giant spider monster that Genu manages to kill on his own, scaring the crap out of Jinwoo to the point where he starts calling him boss and treating him like he's this amazing person because he thought he was a quote-unquote false ranker, which is something in the show where people have so much control over their magic that they can make it so that they're ranked low on purpose, when in reality they could be like S rank if they let loose. And he mistook him for that when in reality he is just a hunter who can get stronger, which has never been heard of, so he keeps it on the DL. And honestly, I can understand how he would get terrified of that thought, because apparently false rankers are supposed to be like psychopaths, like completely crazy people who just would kill for fun and whatever. And the guy, and after he beats the spider, the guys come back and realize, oh wait, the spider's dead, and they assume that the D rank hunter with the ridiculously expensive gear killed him, because the stronger your gear and the better your gear is, the more it helps you as a hunter. So they assume that Genu just kind of sat there and let him do it. So they decide they're going to kill them themselves. But the system that is basically in control of Genu's life doesn't want him to die. So they give him an emergency quest that he has to kill everyone in that other group or his heart will stop. So basically it's me or you situation. And obviously, which I honestly think no one watching this video can say otherwise, he's gonna pick himself. He did not go through all that just to die by the hands of some idiots who think that they're stronger than him. So he goes completely boss mode and kills all of these people, which honestly, what was pretty, it was pretty graphic. Like these guys did not die peacefully, but they kind of had it coming, because it wouldn't have happened if they hadn't wanted to kill him first. And then another emergency situation comes up when a man gets someone from the association to try and kill the 3 men who did bad things to his daughter, things that I cannot say here or I'm going to get demonetized, but did bad things to his daughter. And yeah, so he kills them in a dungeon that Genu is in with 3 other survivors from the incident where that gave him the system. And 2 of the survivors were killed by the same person, and TikTok, actually no, so there were 4 of the others. So Genu clearly, he just dropped his mask and said, screw it. They find me out. And he fought a B-rank hunter and won. It wasn't easy, but he won, and he gained a stealth skill. So he is constantly getting stronger and stronger and stronger until he gets mega OP. And then eventually they give him a quest to basically give him a job title. And they send him into a kind of mansion, castle kind of thing, where he's fighting different kinds of knights and mages and assassins, but none of them are actually alive, so he's not killing actual people anymore, which he didn't exactly have a choice in the other situations either. But basically the knights are meant to test his strength, which in the beginning he was putting almost all of his stats into strength, so he's like ridiculously strong for no reason. And then also his intelligence, his agility, basically every stat that you get in a video game, they were testing it. And he managed to get through that. And then he gets to this throne room where he meets. At the time, he didn't have a name, but they just called him Red Knight. And he has to fight him and defeat him. And then it's like a whole mess of things happen where he ends up having to fight almost every creature they had in that castle all at once. And he nearly dies, and he keeps seeing like these images of him past self taunting him. And then he realized, oh, I didn't do my quest. But when he doesn't do his quest, he gets sent to the penalty zone, where basically he has to run away from a giant centipede for 4 hours. But since he's gotten stronger, that centipede was basically nothing for him. So he defeated the centipede in penalty and used that as kind of like a timeout to heal himself using potions that he can get from his shop, which, yes, it's like a video game. Of course, there's a shop. And then he basically just, like, it's a lot. But yeah, he manages to heal himself, and he gets sent back into the mansion, well, castle, and he's almost fully healed and back to full strength. So, and then he realizes that the mages are summoning every single monster, so he starts targeting the mages, wipes them all out. And then he ends up with the job. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I think it's like something necromancer. He's basically a necromancer. He can resurrect the shadows of his fallen enemies and have them fight for him. So then he realized, oh wait, I'm no longer solo leveling anymore. I have this huge army that I can create that can fight with me. And he says with me, so I'm like, okay, awesome. He's not gonna go full monarch on us. And that includes the Red Knight that he just defeated. And he gets 3 tries. And the first 2, the Knight rejects him. And then basically he gives him a whole speech about how he's protecting an empty throne and he should come and help him.
Instead of defending the throne of a fallen king, pledge yourself to the man before you. Arise. Arise. Arise.
So the last try, he finally accepts and becomes one of his, well, let's just call them underlings because that's what they are, named Igris. And Igris he is awesome. He's ridiculously strong, agile. Like, even Genu had trouble beating him, so anyone below Genu's level, they weren't exactly going to get him either. And that's basically season 1. I'm not going to say anything about season 2 because I know there's a lot of people who haven't seen it, but season 2 is definitely just as amazing as season 1. And I'm sure you will all 100% enjoy watching it. I highly recommend this show. When I say highly, I mean highly recommend the show. Like, I don't think anyone who has watched it has had anything really, fully bad to say about it. So, that is the end of this video. Let me know if you want me to do more let's talk about this videos, and I hope the editing is good on this because I do edit my own videos. But yeah, thank you and have a good day. Just kidding, we have one more thing. Yeah, you thought it was it, I'm not. There is a small reason why I have been talking about solo leveling is because I have a sponsor. Woo! Yeah. I have my first sponsor for this channel. It is a amazing brand called Dubby. Basically, they make these energy drink powders that they have no crash, they have no spike, so you just get this very chill boost of energy, which is why I'm so energetic in this video at almost 10 o'clock at night, because I drank some before. And I have even more. And another thing, they have been doing a partnership with solo leveling. As you can see, there's original Genie right there. Yeah. And then there's sexy Genie right there. Yes, I'm calling him sexy. He's hot. I'll fight you. And then Igris, the knight that almost beat Gino. But yeah, they are doing a partnership with Crunchyroll. They have other partnerships with Chainsaw Man, and they have numerous flavors, and all of them are delicious, I believe. I don't know. I haven't tried many because I just started, but got lipstick on my drink. But yeah, it is so freaking good. This one I have is Retro Sherbet. They have other flavors, like they have a s'mores one that you're supposed to mix with milk. I'm getting that one next. I'm very excited to try it. Dragonade. They have their own solo leveling flavors that are like berry. I think there's like a berry something. Like, they are so good. And they're not like, it's not like Monster or any of the other energy drinks. They aren't carbonated, so it's not gonna like dehydrate you. You just mix the powder with water. You only do 1 scoop, so it's not like overpowering. And the flavor is subtle, but it is delicious. I have been drinking this for like the past 3 days since it got delivered to me. And I have this one, and I have another shaker that, and yes, these are shakers. You're supposed to shake it up. But it is delicious. And I have another one that is just Gino on it with his blade, with his signature first Viper blade. And, well, Viper Fang blade. I'm sorry, take another sip. So good. I'm probably going to be drinking this all night, so I'll probably be awake for the rest of the night. Doesn't matter. Gives me more time to edit this. So, yeah, you can get 10% off on any order you do at Dubby using my code Rosebud2024, because you are my rosebuds, because Rose Jackson. And any purchase that you make using that referral, like, helps out this channel too. So definitely order it. You will not regret it. Let me know what flavor you get and how much you like it, and let me know what shaker you get, because they do have regular Dubby shakers that are like, they have a red, neon green, black. They have like one with their logo, which is a yellow face with kind of like X's on the eyes. But it's all really cool and really delicious. And definitely, as you can clearly, I took 2 sips of this, my energy already went up like 10%. So that alone tells you that it works. So if you guys want it, I'll put the link in the description, and I'll put my code like right here. I'll put it on the screen, and it'll be in the description as well. So, like I said, leave it in comments what flavors you get and what cup you get. If you get this one, definitely send pictures. I'm going to start a Discord for the channel, so I will eventually start putting links to that as well. I do have an Instagram, a TikTok, and obviously YouTube, because hello, here we are. But yeah, and I also have a Facebook, but I don't really post on there as much. I'm probably gonna start posting. Ignore the lipstick. You can see it's on my lips. It's gonna get on the cup. But yeah, so I will put links to my Instagram, TikTok, and the Facebook on the description as well, so you guys can like DM me, show me your Dubby, or just give me any ideas you have for the next Let's Talk. And even if it's something that I haven't seen, I will go binge watch it and do a video on it as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do weekly uploads, if not bi-weekly. So with no further ado, that's the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Peace.